Have you done all the hip flexor stretches? Have done all the hamstring strengthening and core strengthening exercises in the hope that your anterior pelvic tilt will finally be fixed. But it seems like nothing has been working. This video is for you. And I'm sharing this because I went through that and I supported so many clients to navigate that in a way that actually and effectively create results, long-lasting results. Hey, my name is Hedy Shaw. I'm a mindfulness teacher and a body worker. And I teach people who've tried so many different things to finally move beyond patterns that keep them in pain and stuck through mindfulness, nervous system regulation, and posture-focused strength training. And today I want to take you through an exercise series, a mix of mobility, breathwork, and strength training to support you restoring your pelvis positioning. But before that, it's really important to understand that we cannot avoid looking at the psychosomatic elements of our experience. If you've been in my world, you know that I've constantly talked about layers of conditioning and our adaptation to conditioning. And I found in my work, people who have anterior pelvic tilt, they tend to be in the category of overachievers. They tend to constantly push through their body's signals and keep moving. And there's this underlying story that says, I must push through. I don't have time to stop and feel. And if I do, I'll collapse. And they learn at the early age that their feelings don't matter. And for survival, they needed to learn to push through. I give you all the exercises, but if you don't know how to regulate yourself and notice your own patterns of when you're performing, when you're overextending yourself, doing all these exercises might improve your situation, but it won't create lasting change. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I will share some resources down below for you. Without further ado, let's get into the biomechanics and exercise portion of today's class. Here's what you need for today's session. A thick notebook about 2 inches height that you can fit both of your feet on that. And then you will need a foam roller and one of these balls if you do have them. If not, you can roll a blanket and use that instead. And then for the strength training portion, you will need something to elevate your heel. I love these, but if you don't have them, you can use like flat plates to elevate or use like thin books stacked on top of one another to create that elevation, and some weights that you can hold in front of your body. Grab your notebook, lie down on your back, and here you're gonna have this little ball or your rolled out blanket and put it right between your legs, right there. So not too high up, not too low. And make sure that your heel is fully on the surface of the notebook. So you don't want to be too far back that the heel is hovering. If the toes are hovering, that's okay, but that's not fully ideal. But again, heels are more important here. So we start by some diaphragmatic breathing. If you're new to the breathing method that I teach, you can always go back and review my breathing classes so you know exactly what you're doing. So we start by softly inhaling into your diaphragm. We want to think about expanding our rib cage 360 degrees in the front, to the side, and in the back. So softly inhale. And we want to make sure that inhale is really nice and soft and we're not activating the neck. It's not deep inhale, it's soft inhale. We're here for about 5 rounds of breath, soft inhale. And as if you're blowing into a birthday balloon, you're exhaling nice and long. And feeling your side abs integrating just a little bit. Keep that integration going as you're going for the next in breath. Nice long exhale out. Keep it down, inhale. Nice long exhale out. 2 more breaths here. Soft inhale. Nice long exhale out. One last breath. Now that we warmed up our diaphragm a little bit, you start digging the heels towards your bum, and as you're doing that, you start feeling your hamstring closer to your knees activating, and then you're tucking that pelvis. What happens now, you're feeling the hamstring closer to your bum activating. While you're squeezing that little ball or blanket between the legs, we continue with the breath. Soft inhale, nice long exhale out. As you continue going with the rhythm of the breath, I'll tell you a few compensation that often happens. People lose that digging force towards the bum. So you want to continuously dig that heel towards your bum. The second thing that happens is people squeeze their bum to hold in that position, while actually the bums are nice and relaxed. It's the pelvis that is tucked under, and I could slide a thin piece of paper underneath my bum and I'm not in a bridge position. Okay? And then the other thing that often happens is feet are starting to roll out to the side. So we want to make sure that we're feeling the tripod beneath the big toe, beneath the pinky, and and inside the heels on that surface. So keep that going. Soft inhale. Nice long exhale out. 2 more breaths here. Make sure you're not pushing your feet away. If anything, you're dragging them closer to you. One last breath here. Nice long exhale out. Let yourself relax. Now you're grabbing your foam roller. Get into a bridge position. And then slide the foam roller underneath the top of your bum. You want to situate the foam roller in a way that is secure enough that you can bring the legs all the way in. If your foam roller is too hard and it's digging into your body, you can always wrap it in a towel or something that it can become a little bit softer for you. So you're going to hug those knees all the way in. Soft inhale, nice relaxed exhale out here. What happens is on the exhale, you're feeling your rib coming closer to your pelvis. And on the inhale, here's what happens. On the exhale, you're feeling your ribs getting closer to your pelvis. And on the inhale, you're feeling your back rib and even your lower back expanding. Okay, so we keep that going. Soft inhale. Nice relaxed exhale out. Soft inhale, nice long exhale out. In an ideal scenario, we want our exhale to be about 8 seconds long, but find your edge because still we want to be able to maintain that soft inhale. One more breath here. Nice long exhale out. Now hold on to one leg and allow the other leg gently come down to the ground. So what happens, oftentimes people want to go into extension. They want to push away, but that's the whole point. I actually want your entire spine to stay in a flexed position as you're letting go of the leg, and immediately you should start feeling the back of the leg working and the front of the leg opening up. Now you start pushing your foot down into the ground and back towards your bum. And you stay there. Soft inhale, nice long exhale out for 5 rounds of breath. And on the exhale, you're feeling that side abs on the side that the leg is on the ground activating. So let's keep that going. Soft inhale. Nice long exhale out. You continuously want to sense your hamstring activating and your hamstring working here, because we're keeping the pelvis in that tucked position and getting the hamstring to fire up. And allow your exhale, even if you feel cramps, continuously focus on that exhale, because this really allows your brain to remember, oh, okay, I can actually use my hamstring in this position. So give yourself that grace for the brain to actually remember and resonate with this new sensation. So let's do one more breath here. Soft inhale. We're bringing the leg all the way in again. Let go of the other side, going down on the ground. Soft inhale, nice long exhale out. We're here for 3 to 5 rounds of breath. And remember, we don't want to push all the air out into our belly. We want to stay in the diaphragm and the ribcage area and keep an engagement around the oblique or the side abs throughout the exercise. One last breath here. And bring the leg all the way in. And then you can slowly go back to your bridge and slide the foam roller up. Grab your foam roller, lie down on your back, and you're going to put the ball of your feet, not your toes, the ball of your feet on the foam roller. Start digging into the foam roller. And then again, we want to drag the foam roller towards the bum. You can go even a little bit further if you want to make it a little bit more difficult for you. And then you're going to tuck that pelvis under you and you're coming into a bridge position. You constantly want to lift the heel away from the ground. So you're going to be here for 1 round of breath. Soft inhale. Nice long exhale out. If you feel like your legs are rolling out, you can grab that little ball or that blanket and put it between your legs. So you can have a quick break here. And then we're going to press the ball of the foot into the foam roller, lift the heels up, and we're going into that bridge position. Full exhale out. And slowly drop down. This can be really intense, but it's a beautiful exercise to create true strength in the hamstring. Because in an ideal world, we want a chain effect, meaning from the ball of the feet to the calves, to the hamstring, to the bum. That's what we need, like that communication to the ground. And this is exactly what's happening when, in an ideal scenario, it needs to be happening when we're walking, when we're running, when we're doing different activities. And then you can build up and progress this to holding that for about 1 minute and just focusing on the breathing. Again, pushing the ball of the foot down, lifting up into the bridge position, full exhale out here. Gently drop it down. I know probably so many of you are feeling a lot of cramps right now, and that's normal. Get ready, soft inhale, push the ball of the foot down, lift the heel up, get into that bridge position, give yourself a nice full exhale out. Slowly drop down. If you feel tension in your lower back when you're doing this exercise, so you're going to digress and stick with the previous exercises that we've already done. Until you make improvement on those ones, then you can graduate doing this one. And you want to make sure that the pelvis remains tucked under. Because for those of you who are in the habit of using your lower spine for everything that you do, obviously you're going to be using your lower spine for this too, right? So we want to keep that pelvis nicely tucked under. So drive the ball of the foot down, lift the heel up, get into that bridge position, keep that pelvis nicely tucked under you, full exhale out. Slowly drop it down. Well done. Okay, now we're gonna grab our wedges and our weight. So if you look at my body, you see that how I'm fully stacked. So if we draw a line, everything is in the same line all the way to middle of my feet. So we want to continuously practicing that. And the people who are in that anterior pelvic position, they're normally here. And just because of this positioning, so you become a little bit more tucked under naturally without you forcing it. So now you're gonna hold on to your weight and driving those elbows forward and inhale and slowly go down, nice and controlled. Now push through the midfoot, come on up, rise, and you're exhaling here. So many people tuck the pelvis under them like that, so they're actually using their lower back. So this is where the stackness happening. Rib right over the pelvis. So let's keep that going. Soft inhale, nice and controlled, as if your bum is coming towards your heel and fully stacked. Full exhale out, push through the midfoot, come on up. We're here for 3 more. Inhale, nice and controlled, coming down, driving the bum towards the heel, pushing in to the midfoot, coming up, nice and controlled. Keep that going. If you don't have that flexibility or mobility in the knees to go all the way down, that's okay. Just go as far down as you can while staying stacked. Maybe inhale, you just come this far and that's okay. Push through the midfoot, come back up. Keep that going. Inhale, go down, nice and controlled. Come back up. And then slowly you build that strength and that stability in the system to be able to go all the way down. Again, inhale, let's go for about 2 more. Nice and control. Go as far down as you can go. Push through the midfoot. Come on up, nice and strong. 1 more, inhale. So all the breath is going into that back rib and you're keeping that core nice and stable. Push through the midfoot. Come on up, rise. Really good job, everybody. Give these series of exercises a try regularly, and maybe in a month or in 2 months, notice how much progress you've accomplished and let me know how it goes for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this session. Let me know in the comment section how was the exercise for you, and if you enjoy it, make sure that you're taking the Discover My Body quiz down below, and I see you in the next video.